Hi, I'm about to share the exact essay writing method that took me from failing grades to first class honors. And the best part, it works for any subject. It can be business, psychology, history, nursing, engineering, doesn't matter. By the end of this video, you will have a step by step system you can use on your very next assignment. So, if you're tired of stressing over essays and getting average grades, stay with me. This is going to change how you write forever. But here is what you need to know first. Most students fail because they think essay writing is about sounding smart, using big words, and hitting the word count. That's not it. Professors are looking for something completely different. In the next 7 minutes, you are going to learn the 5-step method that guarantees better grades. I'll show you real examples, give you exact templates, and by the end, you will know exactly what to do next time you open that blank document. And hey, if this helps you, hit that subscribe button. I post new study tips every day to help you succeed at university without the stress. I help university students improve their academic writing. I have worked with over 500 students, reviewed thousands of essays, and the pattern is always the same. Students who follow the system see their grades jump by 10 to 20%. Some go from barely passing to first class. So, this is not the theory, this is what actually works in real universities with real professors. Alright, step 1. Before you write a single word, you need to decode what they are actually asking. Assignment questions have command words and they are most important part of the question. If it says analyze, break it down and explain why things happen. Evaluate means judge the strength and the weakness. Discuss means present different viewpoints. Compare means similarities and differences. Here is the mistake. Student reads analyze the impact of social media on mental health and they write an essay describing what social media is and listing some effects. That is not analysis. That gets you maybe 50 to 60%. Instead, you need to explain why social media affects mental health, what the mechanisms are, how strong the evidence is, and where the research has limitations. So, step 1, read the question 3 times. On the third time, circle every command word. Write it at the top of your page. Keep looking at it while you write. This alone will boost your grade because you are actually answering what they asked. Step 2, planning. I know you want to start writing immediately. Don't. Give me 15 minutes of planning and you will save yourself 3 hours of rewriting and stressing. Here's my exact planning method. 1. Write your main argument in one sentence. This is your thesis. For example, social media negatively impacts mental health primarily through social comparison mechanisms and sleep disruption. 2. List 3 to 5 key points that support your argument. Each one becomes a paragraph. 3. For each point, find one solid source, just one, quality over quantity. 4. Note one counter argument you will address. This shows critical thinking. That's it, 15 minutes. But now you have a roadmap. You know exactly what you are writing and in what order. Some people like mind maps, some like bullets. Doesn't matter, just plan before you write. Trust me on this, students who plan get 15% higher grades on average. Okay, step 3. This is the most important part of this entire video. Every single body paragraph should follow this formula. PEEL, that's PEEL. Point, evidence, explanation, link. P is for point, your topic sentence. What is this paragraph about? Make it clear. E is for evidence, a quote, statistic, or reference from your research. This is where you cite someone. E is for explanation, and this is where most students lose marks. You can't just drop a quote and move on. You need to explain how this evidence supports your point and why it matters. L4 is for link. Connect back to your thesis or transition smoothly to your next point. Let me show you the difference. Bad paragraph, for example. Social media affects mental health. Studies show increased anxiety among users. Smith found 40% of teens report feeling anxious. This proves social media is harmful. That's description. That gets you maybe 40-50%. Good paragraph. For example, social media platforms exploit psychological vulnerabilities through infinite scroll mechanisms. Smith's longitudinal study of 2000 adolescents found that 40% experienced elevated anxiety after just 30 minutes of Instagram use. This occurs because constant exposure to curated content triggers social comparison, activating the same neural pathways associated with low self worth. Therefore, the design of these platforms, not just their content, directly contributes to mental health decline. See the difference. The good version explains the mechanism, it tells you how and why. That's analysis, that's first class writing. The magic is in the second E, that's explanation. Don't just quote someone and move on. Tell me what it means. Dig deeper, that's where the marks are. Step 4, critical thinking. This is what separates good students from the great ones. Stop accepting everything you read at face value. Start asking questions. What are the limitations of this study? What assumptions is this author making? Is the sample size large enough? Does this apply to all context or just specific ones? What do other researchers say about this? Professors love when you challenge ideas respectfully. It shows you're thinking, not just copying. Use phrases like, while Smith's argument is compelling, it overlooks. However, this research has limitations when applied to. Critics argue that the evidence suggests, although it's worth noting, you're not being negative, you're being academic. You're showing you understand that knowledge is not black and white. That's university level thinking. Instead of saying social media is bad for mental health, say that research indicates negative correlation between social media use and mental well being. Although the relationship is complex and moderated by factors such as usage patterns and individual resilience. See how much smarter that sounds? And that's more accurate too. Step 5, your conclusion. This is your last chance to impress, so don't waste it. 3 things your conclusion needs: restate your thesis, but in different words. Show you have proven your point. 2. Briefly summarize your strongest evidence. 2 to 3 sentences max. Don't introduce new information. 3. The so what moment. Why does this matter? What are the implications? Where should the research go next? Here's an example. Ultimately, social media's impact on mental health stems from design features that exploit psychological vulnerabilities rather than content alone. The evidence demonstrates measurable harm, particularly among adolescents, through individual factors moderate these effects. Future research should prioritize intervention strategies and platform design modifications that minimize psychological harm while preserving social connectivity. That's confident, that's complete, and that's how you end strong. And please never end with, in conclusion, this essay has discussed. That's lazy. You're better than that. One more quick thing before we wrap up, the 24-hour rule. When you finish your essay, don't submit it immediately. Wait 24 hours if you can. Even just a few hours helps. Come back with a fresh eyes and read it aloud. Reading out loud is magic. You will catch awkward sentences, repeated words, gaps in logic stuff you completely missed when you wrote it. I know deadlines are tight, but even 4 hours of distance makes a massive difference to the quality of work. Alright, quick recap. 5 steps to first class essays. 1. Decode the question, circle command words. 2. Plan for 15 minutes, create your roadmap. 3. Use peel for every paragraph, especially that explanation part. 4. Think critically, challenge ideas respectfully. 5. Write strong conclusions that show why it matters. Follow the system and I promise you will see improvement. It worked for hundreds of students and it will work for you. If this video helped you, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button so more students can find this, and subscribe because I post new assignment tips and study strategies every single week. Drop a comment below telling me what subject you are studying and what's your biggest essay challenges. I read every single comment. I'll give you personalized advice. And if you want my free essay template with all these steps laid out in a checklist, click the link in the description. Completely free, no sign up, just download and use it. Remember, nobody is born knowing how to write academic essays. It's a skill you learn by following a system and practicing. You have got the system now, so go practice. You have got this. I'll see you in the next video. Now go write that first class essay.